What's up YouTube? I'm here today with Dan Desveaux and we are in downtown Sarnia, Ontario, and Dan's gonna walk you through one of the coolest projects you've probably ever seen on YouTube. So stick with us, this is gonna be sweet. Dan, take it away dude, let's see it.
It's something I would have liked to have kept, but obviously I don't know if everybody wants pure drugs written on their wall. But anyway, the way I look at it, this is a win-win for me, and this is, like I said, you got to prepare for this when you go into it, and I did, and this is going to be a great project. The windows look fantastic on the outside, and they're really functional, and they look awesome on the inside. So that's the windows. Let's go check out some more places here. It's freezing in this building, so if we're slurring, it's not because we've been drinking, it's because it's cold in here.
Real talk in today's video where we catch up with Dan Desveaux and he breaks down for us $1 million plus renovation project on what's kind of a crazy story. It's potentially going to become like a mini hotel. There's commercial units involved as well, and Dan doesn't even know if he's going to make money on this property or this deal. One, I really appreciate Dan for being so vulnerable and breaking down the numbers in detail and kind of sharing how this deal could go either way. This is real life, guys, and this is exactly what a lot of real estate investors do come across at some point in their time if they continue to invest long enough. So we're going to get deep into the numbers. We're going to do a tour of a 10,000 square foot building in downtown Sarnia.
What's up YouTube? I'm here today with Dan Desveaux and we are in downtown Sarnia, Ontario, and Dan's gonna walk you through one of the coolest projects you've probably ever seen on YouTube. So stick with us, this is gonna be sweet. Dan, take it away dude, let's see it.
Hey guys, Dan Desveaux, Sarnia, Ontario. I'm so glad to show you guys today this great project I have going on in downtown Sarnia. It's total 10,000 square feet. It's 5,000 per floor. Might as well start with the funny thing I can show you guys on the wall here. So this is actually a built-in parking lot. This is now a building here, but if you back up here, you can see on the wall here, they had Finley's Pure Drugs prescriptions written on that wall there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that used to be on the, if you Google Earth this from years ago, you can see that was actually written on the wall there. It's something I would have liked to have kept, but obviously I don't know if everybody wants pure drugs written on their wall. But anyway, okay, follow me. So this is a, so we have upstairs here, this was 9 bachelor apartments that we had up here, and we had to, obviously, nobody wants 9 bachelor apartments unless you're doing some kind of a, what do they call those things that you have?
It's called a boarding house.
A boarding house, yes, a boarding house. That's the word I was looking for, unless you want a boarding house, and I didn't want a boarding house. So we're right downtown, so why not go all the way and go luxury, 4 nice apartments. We have 2 1,200 square foot, 2-bedroom apartments on the other side here. We're going to do 2 1,000 square foot, 1-bedroom apartments on this side. You're looking in one here right now. We want to do the cool loft feel here. We have 12-foot ceilings. We might as well use the space right here. I'll let you guys trade spots with me. Go right there. So right here, when you come in here, this is your kitchen. When you walk in the front door here, you're going to have a nice long kitchen here. We're going to have a little island here, and this is where your living room is going to be. And you have a great view of the downtown, looking down the street here. Everything here is in Sarnia. It's a little small town, so everything right here is right downtown. The theater's almost across the street. You can see the theater from here. It's fantastic. This is where you want to be in downtown Sarnia, and this is going to be a great spot. So we're going to give you a tour of the rest of the place here. Follow me. Now here's the stairs. The guys didn't show here coming up the stairs here, but when you come up the main foyer of the building here, so you have this nice little open space, and then you have each room 4 doors right here. So let's go into this one. This is actually the nicest unit in here. This is the 1,200 square foot unit. You come right through here. We're kind of stuck. We have these big posts here. What do you got to do? We try to incorporate them in the design, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We're going to have a nice, obviously we're going to decorate this post so it looks great, and the cool downtown feel, the industrial look is going to be everywhere in this building. I want to show you guys. So right now we're in the kitchen here. You got a nice living room over there. I want to show you guys these windows. I want to explain how these windows work. Downtown, in the old days here, this used to be a department store, and they had the big old steel windows with the steel frame and the single panes back when gas was free, but gas is not free anymore, so we have to do double paying. But my problem with dealing with this issue is it's grossly expensive putting commercial windows, especially this big, 8-foot windows. So I wanted to figure out a way to make this work. What I did was I did residential windows mullioned together, so we still have our an awning so we can open the window, okay, but it's mulled together, but we had to build separate frames for every window. It's a little bit of extra work, but it was going to cost $70,000 to do this with commercial windows, and it only cost me about $30,000, I believe. I think it might even 25 to do it this way. Obviously there's some labor involved, but the windows look fantastic on the outside and they're really functional and look awesome on the inside. So that's the windows. Let's go check out some more places here.
All right, YouTube, I'm back again with Dan Desveaux, and you're about to hear some numbers on one of the coolest projects that I have ever walked through, and probably the coolest project you guys have ever seen online. So Dan's gonna walk us through these numbers real quick, and we're gonna get a better idea of why Dan wants to do this project and why you guys might someday want to do a project like this on your own. Dan, walk us through it.
Okay, first of all, it's freezing in this building, so if we're slurring, it's not because we've been drinking, it's because it's cold in here. All right, these guys don't have their long johns on, but I do, but it's still cold in here. All right, let's do this. Purchase price, PP, purchase price. This building, 500 grand. I thought it was a pretty good deal at the time. To be honest, it was a great deal. If you look at the income it was producing at the time, it was a 9 bachelor apartments up here, and the downstairs was commercial. It was actually bringing in some pretty good money for what I had planned on it. It made sense to me. So I paid 500. I thought 500 wasn't a bad deal, and they were asking 650. I got it for 5. I thought it was a great deal. Now that I've had to do what I've had to do, I probably could have got a better deal, but it's still an okay deal. And this is going to be a long-term hold, so I'm okay with that. So purchase price, 500 grand. Renos, I'll put a question mark here. When you're doing these gigantic kind of projects, you have a pretty good idea. I mean, I did a very detailed analysis of this one, what I thought it would be, but you can't see what's behind the walls. And what happened on this project is we just kept on getting deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and it was like, what the hell just changed that? What the hell has changed that? And you know what? When you're playing with the big boys, is what we're doing here now. It's kind of scary. I had a little bit of a reserve, and I thought, I should be fine. So we dug in here. Renos, I predicted anywhere, to be honest, I predicted around 600,000 to 700,000. I'm probably going to have $1 million into this thing, so altogether I'm going to have $1.5 million. The ARV, we did it based on an income approach. We're going to have 4 luxury apartments upstairs, 2 luxury apartments downstairs, and 2 commercial. The income on this is going to be around 120 grand a year. This is going to be all net. Everybody's going to have their own electrical, their own gas, all the utilities, stuff like that. I'm going to be paying the taxes, obviously. The commercial guys down there, they're going to be paying part of the taxes. So it's really a net building, but still based on an income approach, I'm going to be around the $1.5 million. So is this a home run deal? I don't know. I think it's an okay deal. This is a building that I really wanted. It was worth it to me to cough up some of my own money to put into this thing, right? Some of these deals, like I watch a lot of you guys' videos, and you know what? And even in my own portfolio, there's nothing better than buying a deal using private money, and then you cash out and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, sometimes it does cost you a little bit of money, and I'm okay with that. The odd deal for this is a spectacular building, downtown Sarnia. It's across the street from a really big development that's coming. The mall they're spending $80 million on the mall, which is literally across the street. So we're pretty excited about this. I'm really excited about this. Where else are you going to get a building with 12-foot ceilings? And it's just awesome. And this whole industrial, I've been wanting to buy one of these buildings for a long time. I actually have one down the street. It's not quite as nice as this, but anyway, so I'm going to have a 1.5 million into this project. Which is okay. The private money, the cool part about this is that I did this whole thing with private money. Now, mind you, so I borrowed the 500,000. I borrowed another 500,000 to do the renos. We got, halfway through the renos and we ran out of money. We're like, oh my God, what are you going to do? This is okay because I had my reserves. I had my cash reserves, and then I put it in there because I knew at some point I was going to have to anyway. I put it in a little earlier than I wanted to, but but I'm going to get that money back. It might take a few years before I get some of that money back, but the way I look at it, this is a win-win for me, and this is, like I said, you got to prepare for this when you go into it, and I did, and this is going to be a great project.
Well, the other thing too that I think people should really consider here is this is a major project, but we're taking care of a lot of that deferred maintenance. We're taking care of a lot of the major components of this building right here, right now, and doing it right. Dan always does things right the first time and just right out of the gate. So, you know, that new roof, that new insulation, all the new framing, all the new wiring. You'll see some old knob and tube here in the rafters. That's all going to be gone, right? It's all new wiring going to go through here. So we're not worried about sinking more money or a lot of money into this building in the future when you take this approach. So you kind of front load it, and then by the time Dan's done, he's got this asset that's going to last him forever. This building now is set for life, at least for Dan's life, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point, Adam. Like literally, it's going to be a brand new building.
Yeah, it's
like literally brand new. Yeah. The only thing we didn't change is the bricks. Like everything else is
anywhere.
Yeah, everything else is literally brand new. So you end up with, like I said, at the end of the day, if I've got to cough up some of my own money to put in this thing and get this thing to the finish line, I'm going to have a great asset that's brand new. That's a brand new building, and it's going to be, I won't have any maintenance for a long time.
And that's an easy sale to somebody that has a lot of money. If somebody's wealthy, they want to park their capital in something, they're going to look to assets like this where they don't, if they're not Dan, if they're not people that consistently flip massive projects or do work on these really big buildings, they don't want these big projects. They want something that's been done and done right by a local expert, a local authority in the business. So having an asset like that in your inventory, I think is never going to hurt you.
No.
Right? You'll be able to sell this, even though we might be selling at the top of the market. You might be selling an asset that does have a very limited buyer's pool. You're going to be selling to somebody with the guarantee, with the evidence. They can even go back on YouTube now and see exactly how far you went. You went literally to the bricks, and then beyond the bricks, you ripped out the windows and stuff. So I think that projects like this, while they are scary, and you're playing with big money here, this is the big boys table. This isn't your first deal. Right?
No.
Right? So you know what you're doing, your experience.
Yeah, you have to gradually move up to this.
Yeah, don't start here. Even if you have the capital, start with something smaller. That's so badass, guys. This is $1.5 million project with very little of Dan's own capital, and it's going to produce a gorgeous asset that will cash flow and continue to appreciate as Canada's market stays where it is and hopefully keeps going. Sarnia is growing, guys. This place isn't going anywhere, and this is a beautiful area. So solid project, Dan.
Let's go check out some more places here. All right, so this is, they were still in the main unit here, and so we have these nice sized bathrooms. We're not bothering with tubs because these aren't kid-friendly apartments down here. This is downtown loft living, right? There's gonna be a couple professionals down here, possibly Airbnbs. We'll see if the city lets me do Airbnb. I'm hoping they do, but right now they're having negotiations on whether they want to do that in Sarnia. I'm not really sure if they're gonna do it or not, but hopefully they do. I'm going to convert this for sure to Airbnbs. Right now we're in the bedroom of this one unit. It's this about 20 by 20 bedroom that we have in this nice unit. You got great views of downtown, the river. It's a little chilly today, but in the summertime this is going to be pretty sweet because you're going to be able to see ships going down the river. It's really nice. We've got restaurants right here across the street. This is a great part of Sarnia to be in. You're right in the center of Sarnia. This is an awesome spot to be. Let's go check out another unit.
Dude, this is the biggest bedroom ever.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. All right. Okay, so we're going into another unit here. Okay, so I just want to show you, I might as well show you this too. We're going to have obviously nice laundry facilities. We're going to have stand-up. Some of these are going to be stand-up washer and dryer. Some are going to be side by side. This particular unit is going to be a stand-up. This is where the furnace is going to be here. And what we originally talked about doing exposed furnace pipes hanging over there. What do they call? I'm trying to think what they call that. Anyway, the exposed look, but I've got a better idea. We I worked on this with my designer, and we're going to actually bury these in the ceiling. We weren't sure if we're going to be able to pull this off, but I'm just going to show you. We'll come out in the light here. We actually have 2 layers of joists in the ceiling. I don't know if you can get a picture of that. So we have 1 layer of joists for the ceiling, and then we have another layer 2 feet higher for the roof. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to make this work, but we're actually going to be able to put the ductwork in the ceiling. I think it's going to be awesome. I want to see less stuff. You know, I just like open space. Some people like the industrial look with everything hanging there. I'm not a big fan. I like everything hidden if I can. Just big, nice rooms. So that's what we're going to have. Lots of light, and this is going to be an awesome space. Hey guys, Dan Desveaux here, downtown Sarnia, Ontario. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, post them below. I love answering questions. This is a great project that a lot of guys don't get to see. For me too, it's exciting for me because this is the biggest project I've done to date, and all the stuff that I run into, that I'm running into every day, I love sharing that with you guys. So post your questions down below, and I love to see it. We'll actually show you an update as we go. Just watch my videos, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.
Thanks again to Dan. I really appreciate the vulnerability and the details he shares mid-project on such a massive scope and massive budget property. I mean, this is the sort of stuff that you guys want to see, right? If so, jump in that comment section, give us your feedback, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and if you want more Dan Desveaux, check out this playlist up here. If you guys want us teaching you more real estate content, check out this playlist down here. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, what's the point?